Hello, everybody. I am going to be reviewing the video I'm On by Kamaiyah. It was directed by A Good Night in the Ghetto. The producer was by Drew Banga, and the release date of this music video was March 11, 2016. The record label was credited to not on labels, so meaning it was self-release. And throughout this whole music video, FYI, I believe I'm going to be looking at it from a queer lens, what we learned throughout the whole semester, and how she's hanging around with her friends, talking about her success and her identity of being a masculine woman, and the way she is rapping and singing. And we are going to be focusing on the movement, on the four key scenes that I really personally like. And the first key scene that I enjoyed that I wanted to go ahead and show you guys was at 27 seconds. So let's go ahead and look at it right now, okay? Down, up, I know I that goose swing. When I did that shoe string. Down. So right here, I do believe that Kamaiyah it has her eyes closed. She's moving with her arms a lot while she's singing with her headphones on. One of the biggest things of the video shows that movement is confidence in Kamaiyah's display. So her aura is just kind of not following any choreography skills. She's kind of improvising, laying down on her discs on the background. As you can see, showing her shirt and her style, but her movement is just sometimes movement doesn't have to be a lot. It could be very subtle, but that shows that she is showing a lot of confidence. And on the next one, you're going to see how other people are around her are showing more relaxed and powerful energy. But the shoulder movements, leaning back, closing her eyes, not looking at the camera, can also display a lot of comfort within her own environment. In the Bay Area hip hop culture, you can see this kind of movement representing self-respect and pride. And it's also showing that they belong in these spaces and do not need any approval from any other people, especially if she's directing this video by herself. And this is what the second scene I really wanted to talk about. But yes, this scene was very subtle, not a lot of movement, but you can see how she's moving with her arms little by little by little. She's snapping her fingers, as you can see. She's singing, closing her eyes, and not following any choreography, all improvised. The second one I wanted to go ahead and show you guys was right here. Let's see, right here. So in this scene, you can also see how she's looking into the camera, taking up a lot of space, not being very closed off to herself. This casually just puts together, instead of having to perfect the choreography, the dancing just feels non-improvised. It feels natural. It's based off her community from Oakland. Small movements like bouncing to the beat, hand waves, head nodding, basically hyping herself up by just creating a natural movement that doesn't feel like she rehearsed a lot. It just feels like she does this on an everyday basis. These movements, again, they matter because they reflect real Bay Area party and street hyphy culture. Oakland specifically, where dancing is all about freedom, energy, and expression rather than just perfection. It's all about just expressing themselves. The movement feels collective, showing that joy is shared within that community. And especially in this scene, she's really screaming out Oakland. And I think it's really impressive how she's just improvising a lot of this and she's just singing and rapping, but also displaying one major theme, which is confidence. All this movement is expressing not only what she's singing, but it's also displaying confidence and you believe in what she is saying. She's pointing at the camera, opening up her arms with her open palms, showing her jewelry, her style, her skill, all improvised. And again, she's showing her masculine self. That's her identity. That's who she is. She has no fear in showing that. And this is where the other scene I really wanted to talk about, which is my personal favorite, where she's hanging around with friends. See if I can go ahead and find it right here. Right here. So right here, they're all synchronized. You can see how she's pointing at her back while she's singing day ones. All her friends are in the background, her day ones. She's displaying that. She's showing confidence. Her friend in the right side is spinning the basketball. Again, all improvised. It doesn't seem like they rehearse this at all. and it creates a sense of loyalty and protection. When groups move together like this, and especially in Oakland neighborhood and Bay Area, it shows unity. It shows that nobody is isolated. The way that they stand shoulder to shoulder right here, not very close, but you can see how synced they are, and it gives that feeling of a community supporting one another. In Bay Area, that's huge, especially in Oakland and San Francisco. Friendship and collective support are important because that's all you have when you're coming up, especially when you're in the neighborhoods that are really ghetto. And especially in Black communities and Asian communities, they have been discriminated and stereotyped their whole lives. So sticking with their friendships and their identity, with her pointing them at the background, it shows a lot. It's very impactful. And I think these visuals show survival through community bonds. So, and then the very last one I wanted to go ahead and show was her right here sitting at the throne, and she's just kind of laughing, not even like moving that much. Again, from the very first scene that I've showed you, it's her just laughing and looking into the camera. Watch. You see how she's just looking into the camera and just smiling, not even moving. She's very self laid back, confident, not really showing much. Um, the it's very right here. She kind of does look more feminine, but throughout the whole music video, she's showing off a lot of masculinity, and it's a strong presentation that we can see from the Bay Area. And if you're from the Bay Area, you would understand where I'm coming from and how Kamaiyah is showing this. But most importantly is her identity, her community, her friends that she's around. She's pointing at them. Sometimes she's not moving that much, but right here she's just showing her facial expression, showing that she's very confidently successful in her skill of art, which is singing. And her gestures and poses show independence while still celebrating friendship and style. The way she moves challenges the idea of how women in hip hop usually either appear more feminine, but for her, she's kind of just casual, very passive. And her movement kind of just show freedom, control, and authenticity. So I think that's very important throughout the whole music video. She shows that, and I think that's very cool. If you're from the Bay Area and from the Oakland, you would understand how her movements are displaying that kind of hyphy movement, and her friends most likely have influenced her. So this whole music video just shows her local community, her friendship, her true self, her identity, her masculine self through music. And I think that's something that's very cool about this music video. So thank you guys for listening to my review on I'm On by Kamaiyah, and I hope you guys enjoy.